there's a tape that was never supposed to see the light of day. A legendary camcorder clip from the early 2000s that could have destroyed reputations, ended careers, and maybe even cost someone their life. Whispers from Houston. Name one woman, a global icon, an R&B queen, and someone now rumored to be deeply entangled in a federal investigation that has the entire music industry shaking. And if Beyoncé ends up taking the stand, this won't just be Diddy's trial anymore. Back in the early 2000s, those in Houston's inner music circles knew one thing. There was a tape, an intimate, grainy camcorder video allegedly filmed by Pimp C himself, featuring a well-known female artist and a man who was getting money at the time. And while names were never officially dropped, most people believed they'd cracked the code. The loose R&B singer? Beyoncé. This wasn't internet speculation. It came from people who were there, who heard the stories, who saw the signs. Pimp C, known for keeping a camcorder around during studio sessions, reportedly caught something explosive, but he never released it. Why? And more importantly, what happened to that footage? That camcorder footage may have been dismissed as an urban myth years ago, but now, in the wake of Diddy's legal meltdown, it might matter more than ever. Prosecutors are reportedly circling his inner circle, looking for patterns. People who knew, who participated, or who helped cover things up. Suddenly, all eyes are on Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Their long history with Diddy isn't just casual anymore, it's potential evidence. And that rumored tape? If it exists, it could be used to connect timelines, events, and allegations in ways that no one saw coming. Prosecutors allegedly plan to bring Beyoncé's name up in Diddy's trial, and not lightly. Whispers suggest she may be questioned about freakoffs, secret parties, and whether she knew about the alleged transportation of women across state and national borders. Even more chilling, the rumors that Jay-Z actively helped bury the truth. These aren't just internet theories. These are details allegedly being reviewed for courtroom discussion. What began as Diddy's personal scandal is evolving into something much bigger, and Beyoncé might be forced to speak on the record. Publicly, Beyoncé's story is flawless. Houston raised, trained at the prestigious Berklee College of Music, handpicked for stardom by music elites. But behind the scenes, the whispers have always been there. That she was too wild for her father to control. That Matthew Knowles assembled an all-female band not for empowerment, but to stop her from fraternizing with male musicians. As she steps closer to a courtroom, those whispers could become headlines. For over 2 decades, Jay-Z and Beyoncé have been inseparable from Diddy. They've thrown parties together, gone on vacations, signed deals, and celebrated birthdays with each other's kids. So naturally, the question rises, how could they not know what was going on? Could they have been willfully blind? Or worse, were they protecting each other all along? December 4th, 2007. Pimp C is found dead in a West Hollywood hotel. The official report cites sleep apnea mixed with codeine, but to those close to him, that explanation never sat right. His body was found in a kneeling position, surrounded by blood. Candles, his usual sleep ritual, were all burnt down, indicating he'd been dead for at least a day. DJ Paul said it looked like he'd been hit. Too Short said the whole thing felt off. And now, with everything surfacing again, people are asking, was this really an accident? Or a message? Pimp C never trusted the big labels, especially not Rockefeller. He once turned down $1 million check from Jay-Z's team, saying he didn't want to be ripped off, and that they should give the money to Tupac's mom instead. He had no problem calling out Jay-Z or anyone else. And in this industry, loud truth-tellers don't last long, especially ones who might have had something going on with Beyoncé. One story from Bun B still sends chills. They were filming a video with Beyoncé, who was wearing a revealing outfit. Jay-Z called the studio, found out who was in the room, and ordered it cleared. Men were immediately kicked out, including Pimp C. Jay didn't want anyone seeing his girl like that, and if that sounds controlling, it gets worse. Matthew Knowles once pulled Pimp C aside and begged him not to hook up with Beyoncé. That's how close things allegedly got. When Cassie sued Diddy, her original lawsuit was over 60 pages long, but somehow it got trimmed to nearly half that. In those redacted sections, insiders claim Jay-Z and Beyoncé were mentioned, witnessing Diddy push Cassie, watching her flee, and being present as things spiraled. Allegedly, Beyoncé screamed at Diddy for what he did, and even blasted Jay-Z for comforting him instead of standing up to him. What else was in those missing pages, and who made them disappear? Behind Pimp C's refusal to take Jay-Z's money lies a cryptic comment, one that still raises eyebrows. Tell him to take that check and give it to Tupac's mama. Why would a pimp say that? What connection did he see between Jay-Z and Tupac's legacy? Some believe it was about respect. Others say it hinted at something much darker. Tupac had long accused certain figures in the music industry of betrayal, manipulation, and cover-ups. Did Pimp C see Jay-Z as part of that same machine? And if so, was he trying to warn us before it was too late? Jaguar Wright, once part of the same industry circles, has made terrifying claims that Beyoncé and Jay-Z participated in the same disturbing acts now tied to Diddy. She says they trafficked people, used private planes to move unconscious victims, even tagged children during supervised visits. She claims to have 3 victims willing to testify. And while these accusations are explosive and unproven, prosecutors are reportedly aware. If even one of these witnesses takes the stand, the Carters could find themselves in legal quicksand. There's a reason most artists stay silent when these stories surface. In an industry built on image and control, speaking out often comes with a price. Pimp C wasn't the first to call out big names, and he definitely wasn't the last, but he might have been the loudest, and that's why his sudden death, right before a return flight home, hit people differently. Other artists, insiders, and even journalists have hinted for years that there's a code in Hollywood, one where silence is rewarded and truth is punished. Could the reason more people aren't naming names be because they know what happens to those who do? Diddy's trial is more than just a celebrity scandal. It could be the opening shot in a war for control of the narrative. If prosecutors really start pulling the thread, it won't stop at Diddy. It could lead to a full-blown unraveling of the inner workings of the music world. Secret deals, coercion, cover-ups, and lives destroyed in the background, while stars smile for the cameras. And if someone like Beyoncé takes the stand, it may open the floodgates for witnesses, stories, and receipts the public never expected to see. Because when the machine starts to break, all the skeletons tumble out. We started with a tape that might have never existed. We end with a trial that could change everything. From Pimp C's warnings, to Cassie's lawsuit, to Jaguar Wright's testimony, every piece of the puzzle points to one disturbing truth. The people we idolize may not be who we think they are. So here's the question no one wants to ask. If the industry protects predators, who protects the victims? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Beyoncé and Jay-Z will be dragged into court? Or will the machine protect its own one more time?